Welcome everybody to the iOS Cup Series, brought to you by Fort Worth Screen Printing here on iRacing. My name is Josh Hall with Intensity Broadcasting, and we're here for our second race of the playoffs here. As you can see from our screen here, Dakota Camper's already locked himself in with his win last week, third win of the season. Dustin Dean, Stephen Black, Brian Nudie are in at the moment. They're the front runners. Kyle Willems, Logan Higgin, Kyle Mays, Cody Moore, they're currently on the bubble. And right now, TJ Floyd, Joseph Wright, Will Witt, and Blake Hensley, they're all on the outside looking in as we got qualifying underway. Sorry for the late start, folks, but glad to be here with you here. As we'll take a look here to see what we got on track right now. Is we got, it's like Brett Merle out on track currently. Oh, I'm going to switch over to Craig Schroeder. Back to Brett Merle. So Brett Merle is currently on track right now, making his qualifying run. And at the top of the board, you see Michael Provolt jumping to the top right here. And we're here at Auto Club Speedway. Nice, wide, sweeping corners, a lot of room, a lot of grooves, bumpy track. You'll see that car bounce up and down as it comes down the backstretch. Very, very old surface here. And Matt Knights is joining us tonight. Matt, how you doing tonight?
I'm good. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you loud and clear. Glad to have you here with us as well as we see Brett Merle come through the trial across the line, right across, almost into the grass there. And he's going to move himself up to the fourth position. See Logan Hagerman. Oh, that car is loose. Sorry, I just got done racing the trucks. So don't mind me. It's some truck cars, right, Joe? As Logan's going to come across the line here. And he's going to move himself up into the third position provisionally right now. See Dustin Dean moving to the top of the board. Stephen Black made his first attempt. He's currently in second, and I believe he's still out there for one more lap here. So he comes across the line here. See if he moves up any. Cody Moore up to the top of the board now. And doesn't look like Steven is going to improve. He's going to jump all the way to the top here. Brian Merle Jr. makes his laps here and ends up in the fourth position. Max McClure on track, making his first laps here. Also Eddie Morris and Dakota Camper up on track. Colin Willems up to third. Dakota Camper takes that third spot away as I say that. Bumps him back to fourth. So you'll see a lot of exciting racing here tonight. This is almost like a little bit bigger Michigan. It's got that very similar shape. They're almost sister tracks to each other. So we'll see a lot of 3, 4, even 5 wide at times. As Max McClure comes across the line, he's going to move up to the 15th position. Cody Moore across the track here. Across the line, I should say. He's going to stay in that second position. Brian Nudie jumps up into the fourth spot. Looks like Brian's gone back to his old picture. Brian Nudie likes long walks on the beach and watching Dustin Dean crash. Kyle Mays, one of our playoff drivers. He's currently on the bubble on the outside looking in. Or actually, he's in the inside right now. He's in 7th. After tonight, we're going to cut down to the top 8. So who's going to move themselves into the next round, or who's going to play spoiler? Blake Hensley, he's currently sitting in 12th place. He is 10 points behind the line, but he could move himself into the next round with a win here. So we'll have to see how that turns out for him as we see Will Witt currently on track. Will's going to come across the line here. Currently in 11th place. He's going to move up to the 6th spot. Michael Lawrence out on track. Michael Lawrence is glad that Grandma Hagerman has beef with Brandon White now instead of Michael, so Cheeseburger's feeling a little better now. Doesn't have that monkey on his back. Looks like he'll be rolling off in the 14th position. Got Michael White out on track. That Coca-Cola energy machine. Sharp looking ride.
Josh, I can't see you.
Oh, I apologize. Technical difficulties here. There we go.
Thank you, sir.
You are welcome. So see Michael White making his laps around the track right now.
Now let me ask you, Josh. I haven't raced at this track before. It looks like it's 2 miles long, and the draft could come into play, but there's no banking per se, like Daytona or Talladega. Does that sum it up somewhat?
Somewhat. It's actually banked a little bit more than it looks. It's got a lot of banking. You can really run high. You can run low. You want to stay preferably. See how Michael right now is in the middle of the track, right on that middle seam. It's kind of the best line around, but you can pretty much run that thing anywhere as you want.
Now, do you have to feather it through the corners, or do you just run wide open?
You know, I haven't driven the Cup cars here in a while. Well, let's ride along with Michael right now and see what he's doing. Sounds like he's wide open right now. Coming across the line. I don't think this is a timed lap. I think he's just out there making some laps. So let's see if he lifts here coming into the corner. Sounds like he's just rolling out just a little bit, but he's not actually doing a full lift. So that's going to, as the tires wear down, these guys are definitely going to have to start to slow down. As we have just about 2 minutes left in qualifying.
So maybe something between a mile and a half and a super speedway.
Yeah, this is definitely a 2-mile track. It's not quite super speedway style. You're not going to see as much bump drafting as you would, but you're going to see these cars. They got the 550 horsepower high downforce package. There's going to be some big runs from these cars as they come down the straightaways and down the front stretch. Do apologize. I'm going to flop up my package rewind for a second just so I can get my graphics all set up on my side. We are getting ready to go green flag racing in about 30 seconds. Looks like I'm not going to be using that record replay gift tonight, so we'll go with this one. I do apologize to Brian Nudie, who knew what I was going to use, but I have to save that for tomorrow night. And there we go. Qualifying is done. Let's go through our grid. On pole tonight, the 98 machine with a 45.34. That's going to be Stephen Black. Outside him, Cody Moore in the 52. Then you're going to see Colin Willems in the 18. Haven't heard from the bot squad yet. And Brian Nudie in the 40 machine rolling off in 4th.
Dakota Camper in the 3 rolling off 5th. Next to him, Will Witt in the 35. Brian Merle Jr. starts 7th in the 12. And Brandon White in the 019 will roll off 8th.
Dustin Dean in the 21. He'll be rolling off in ninth with Kyle Mays in the 55, rounding out row 5. Then Logan Hagerman and Devin Bacino will be making out spots 11 and 12.
13th, they'll see the 09 of Michael White, Michael Provolt next to him in 14th. Dylan Redding in the 11 will start 15th with Michael Lawrence in the 47, rounding out the top 15, or 14, excuse me.
Yep. Then Dylan Redding in the 11. You said Dylan Redding, right?
Dylan Redding and Michael Lawrence.
Yep.
16.
16. There we go. You got me all messed up now. It's all good. Eddie Morris in the 8. He'll be rolling off 17th. And Brent Merle in the 24 and 18th. Greg Froelich in the 71 and 19th. And rounding out your 10th row, Blake Hensley in the 31.
Intensity Zone 82 of Joe Wright will roll off 21st. Mac McClure, the admin, in the 19th will start 22nd. Craig Schroeder in the 4 is 23rd. And TJ Floyd in the 49 starts 24th.
And then rounding out the field will be the 61 of James Moore. Derek Chaput in the 26th spot. And Todd Mays in the 25 machine will be rolling off 27th. So we got cars rolling on pit lane right now. As we're getting ready for a great show here tonight. 90 laps here at Auto Club Speedway. Real quick.
Josh, any idea what the fuel window looks like?
I'm going to say somewhere around 40 to 50 laps. As we see, it's 2-mile track. Right now, track temperature 116 degrees. Slick track, 82 degrees.
A little warm.
Yeah, it is a little bit warm. So it'll be awesome to see these guys slip sliding around here. As Stephen Black is going to be taking them here to the start finish line. So coming through turns 3 and 4. Yeah, I imagine tires and fuel are probably going to be right around 40 to 50 laps if I had to guess somewhere around there. But we'll have to see. I'm sure these guys will want to come in and take tires way before that. As a pace car.
I think they have 3 total sets.
Yep, 3 total sets as the pace car takes that hard left-hand turn onto pit road. Green lights, green flag. And great start from the front row as Stephen Black and Cody Moore are side by side. Coming into turn number 1. Colin Willems already to the inside of Cody Moore now. As you can see, multiple lines being used here. As the field's really starting to spread out behind him. Some guy's already down on the apron trying to make that line work. And you'll see how bumpy this track is as they come down the backstretch. Already the bot squad's in full effect. Cassie Willems, Coraline Mathers, Abiana Dixon, and Nick Mathers all cheering on. Colin Willems, as we got 3 wide here, coming off of turn 4 for second place. Colin Willems is going to move up into that second position. 3 wide behind Dustin Dean down on the bottom. But here comes Stephen Black leading the first lap of the race. As I mentioned, we got a bunch of cars all spread out all over the place here in the back. They were 3 and 4 wide. Now they're back to 2 wide. Don't forget those orange banners that you see on the dash, on the hoods of the cars or above the windshield. The orange banners indicate the guys who are in the playoffs. As you see Logan Hagerman make a big move around Dustin Dean here. Cody Moore's moved back around Colin Willems. You see Brian Nudie tucking up to the high side in front of Will Witt. Sneaking in behind Dakota Camper. Dakota all over the back bumper of C.D. Morris now. Cody with some pressure from both Colin Willems and Dakota Camper. You see Kyle Mays, another one of our playoff drivers, trying to make that bottom lane work. As Stephen Black now under attack from Cody Moore on the high side. While those two are balanced, allowing Dakota Camper just to pull right up. You'll see as the race goes on that the high side's going to be one of the better sides to be on. But you're going to be able to carry that momentum off as Cody Moore's now moved himself into the lead. Here comes Dakota Camper all over the back bumper of Stephen Black now. A little further back. Big battle here in the back between Eddie Morris, Devin Pacino, and the 09 of Michael White as they were almost just 3 wide for a second. Oh, big wiggle from the 12, Brian Merle Jr. He's able to hold on to it, though. That's going to check up all these guys here as now you see some 3 wide racing. Junior Nation just had a moment there as you see the 019 right in front of Brandon White. You'll see these guys as the tires wear off and the track is bumpy and the track is old, it's wore out. You're going to see these guys start slipping and sliding all over the place. And I just saw Eddie Morris get a little loose, push up the track. He's 3 wide between Blake Hensley and Cheeseburger Lawrence. 3 wide as they go into turn number 1.
Yeah, but even 3 wide, look how much room there is.
A very, very wide track. Oh, the 09 gets up into the wall. Buccino, big move. Trying to get around Brian Nudie here. And as the run goes on, that bottom lane is going to be slicker and slicker as you see the 68 almost pull a slide job up in front of Brian Nudie, but not able to complete that pass.
Now, I'm noticing some of these guys moved right up to the top line right away. Is that a tire saving strategy?
It is, because when you're up top there, you're going to be turning the wheel a lot less. And you'll be able to save some tire there. As up front, you see Colin Willems all over the back bumper of Stephen Black. And they are already starting to lift a little bit as we're working lap 7. Another great battle here on track. These guys are still going at it. And these guys are racing hard for 10th place. So stage end tonight will be at lap 20. And again, for you watching for the first time with us in the iOS series, there is no caution break. There's no stage caution. It is they just keep going, but they do collect the points for whoever top 10 at the end of the stage. As we're watching this great battle here between Blake Hensley, who's moving himself up through the pack right now, up 7 spots. This is the best battle on track right now, is these guys just going at it. You see PJ Floyd back here, another one of our playoff drivers, just being smooth here, staying out of trouble. Doing what he can here. Oh, big wiggle out of that 12th car right there. Sayer Reed says, go no cow. Miss you guys soon, the Reaper will return.
As you were just saying, Josh, since this race started, I've got my camera set to focus on crashes, and it hasn't left this one group. The same group that you've got of.
Looking back at the front is Stephen Black. Now starting to put a little pressure on Cody Moore here. As Stephen Black's going to look to the inside of Cody as they come into turn number 1, and Stephen's going to have that position going into the corner. New leader, the 98. But you see Colin Willems and Dakota Camper just kind of hanging back there. Not using up their stuff, not racing each other. I think they're trying to save their tires to the end, as we see a little further back, Will Witt and Kyle Mays going at it back here for 5th and 6th. So these guys will have, like you said, 2 extra sets of tires, so 3 tires. That's total. The set that they started with, and a couple more in the pits. See a battle back here, Buccino and the 24 of Brett Merle. So 13th spot. Ooh, big wiggle out of the 24. Coming off of turn number 2 and down the backstretch. And you'll see that that corner, that wall comes up on you real quick as you come off of turn number 2.
Yeah, I'm starting to see cars wiggle coming out of the corners here, especially 2.
Let's take a look to see where all our playoff drivers are running. There's Stephen Black, he's one of our playoff drivers in first. Cody Moore, playoff driver on the bubble. Dakota Camper locked into the next round. Colin Willems, he's currently on the bubble in 5th. Kyle Mays, he's on the bubble. He's sitting 7th in points coming in. You see Will Witt, who's another one of our playoff drivers, trying to get it around the 35. And Logan Hagerman, another one of our playoff drivers. He's in 6th in points, 7th in this race. Brian Nudie, another one of our, he's actually currently in the top 4. You see right behind him, Blake Hensley, trying to get around the 09 of Michael White here. Hensley is another one of our playoff drivers. Surprise win. Oh, big wiggle. Is there going to be 3 wide as they come across the stripe here? Now a little further.
For a minute, I thought it might have been lap 20 with that move.
Now you got TJ Floyd. TJ sitting back in the 15th position right now. He's currently 9th in points. Dustin Dean back in 16th. He's currently 2nd in points right now. So he's pretty close to being locked in. Joseph Wright, one of our playoff drivers, having a tough run so far. Sitting back in the 20th position. Didn't have a very good qualifying run, and looks like he's having a rough go at it here. I think that makes up.
Is Eddie Moore still in it?
Eddie is not in the playoffs right now. So up front, Stephen Black as Dakota Camper has got around Cody Moore, and Cody Moore is starting to fall back a little bit.
You're right. I'm sorry. I had the truck series mixed up with this one.
It's all right. We went through all of our playoff drivers there, just to let you know where everybody is. But right now, pretty much all the big wiggle again out of Cody Moore. I think he got up into the wall a little bit. Colin Williams is going to go right on around. So is Kyle Mays. A little contact between the 55 and the 52, and here comes Will Witt. Also to the inside of Cody Moore. I think Cody just burnt his tires right off because he is falling backwards right now. Was leading just a few laps ago. Now he's fallen back into the 6th position. You see Logan Hagerman now. Sari Reed says, where's Isaiah Gill? I don't know where Isaiah is tonight. And Devin Buccino 68, give a shout out when you win tonight. That's Jarrett Wright saying that. So Blake Hensley, though, underneath Brian Nudie here. Blake is on a mission. He's up 10 spots right now as Bocino's trying to take them 3 wide here coming down the backstretch. 3 cars here lined up nose to tail. As Greg Froelich is on pit road. I don't know if Froelich had some issues here, but he's made his way down onto pit road. As here comes Blake Hensley again to the inside of Brian Nudie. And a little further up here, Cody Moore and Will Witt and Logan Hagerman having quite the battle here. Stephen Black's got himself to a little bit of a lead here. And we're going to be coming to lap 20, which will be the last lap of this stage. And stage points mean so much to these guys, especially with the playoffs being a cut race tonight. As we are starting lap number 20, we see Stephen Black out in front right now. Go to Camper, almost a second back, so those two are kind of pulling away from everybody. Colin Willems, the 55, Kyle Mays, Will Witt, Logan Hagerman, all within striking distance of each other, but this will be the stage end here. Stephen Black is going to get the stage win, those 10 bonus points, and that one all-important playoff point here. Dakota Camper, Colin Willems, Kyle Mays, Will Witt, Logan Hagerman, Cody Moore, Brandon White, Blake Hensley, and Devin Bocino will be your top 10 for the end of the playoffs. I'm sorry, for the end of the stage. As Cody Moore has Brandon White all over his back bumper here. Sagri Ray Doss says, come on, Brian Nudie, gas pedal, gas pedal, gas pedal. Bit of a battle back here between Eddie Morris, TJ Floyd, Dustin Dean, and Derek Chaput back here as well. See Dustin Dean giving TJ a little bit of a push here down the front stretch into turn number 1. Dustin Dean, last year's champion, currently sitting second in points. Matt, you know what this would be a good time to do?
Pump it up.
Let's pump up the intensity. As we see a little bit of battling up here, Stephen Black having to deal with some lap traffic up here. Allowed Dakota Camper to kind of bridge that gap. It was almost a second. Now it's back to 0.3 of a second. Sean Spinozia says, as they say on Fox, crank it up. Unfortunately, that's copyrighted. We had to come up with our own version of that, so that's why we pump up the intensity here. Sorry, Reed says, love it, Nudie. A little further back, you got quite the battle back here between Will Witt, Colin Willems, Kyle Mays, Blake Hensley, and Logan Hagerman. Blake has just been on a tear. Up 14 positions since the race started. Up into the 7th position. He's working the outside of Logan Hagerman right now. You can see he's letting that thing hang out high, wide, and handsome up there. Allows him to get that great run down the backstretches. He's going to get a little block here from the 55. Because he's got that run, he's going to be able to try to take a look here. He's not going to make it, though. As he continues to try to run a little bit higher than everybody else. And that does two things running a little bit higher up there, Matt. That allows him to get a little bit of air onto the front end to get a little downforce. But it also lets him keep that thing wound up a little tighter, so he's able to get a good run off the corner.
And Josh, does this track have the air cushion along the wall?
Sure
like
does. Sure does. So if these guys can run right up against the wall, they can actually use a little air cushion to help them turn the car a little bit better without having to use so much tire. As you can see, we've got 5-6 cars under a blanket here as Kyle Willems and Will Witt are going at it tight up there. Here comes Hagerman taking it 3 wide down on the apron. He's going to make that stick down there. He's going to get around Kyle Willems and Kyle Mays here. You see the 09 of Brandon White, I believe he just left pit road. Let's take a look at these guys coming straight on at you. And here comes Cody Moore down to the inside of Colin Willems.
And I'm hearing on the radio a number of guys complaining that maybe not complaining, but simply stating that their tires are really going away.
I can imagine, as we mentioned, hot temperature. Track temperature when we started the race was 116 degrees. As we see a couple cars on pit road, Dustin Dean, Max McClure, Michael White. You see him at the bottom of the screen. Those are guys on pit road right now.
Colin Willems is coming in this time.
There you go, Colin's coming in this time. So at the bottom of the screen, you'll see the ticker there. That is their time on pit road. When it says pit, that means that they're on their way to their pit stall. Once they're in their pit stall and stopped, you'll see a timer running. That's going to be their pit stop time. Blake Hensley also on the pit road here. Stephen Black, Will Witt, Kyle Mays, Kyle Willems, TJ Floyd coming in. See. Oh, looks like Stephen Black missed his pit stall. Had to back up just a little bit. There the tires go up on the 98 machine. That's going to cost him a ton of time here. As you can see right now, his total time on pit lane. You see everybody going right on by right now. You take a look at Blake Hensley here. Another one with a fish. Trying to be like Hagerman. Or is Hagerman trying to be like him? He blends back in, and right now Dakota Camper is your leader. He's out there stretching it. Sounds like he's coming to pit road right here. Yes, he is. That's going to put Logan Hagerman, who's also coming on the pit road here. So that's going to give Devin Buccino. Devin Buccino's coming in. So is in Derek Chaput, Eddie Morris, still Redding. Greg Schroeder.
If they haven't come yet, they're coming now.
Michael Provolt stays out. And Todd Mays.
Except for them.
So Provolt's out here just hoping that maybe a yellow would come out. You see him right in front of him, Michael Cheeseburger Lawrence, just coming off of pit road, and you'll see the difference in tires right here as Michael Lawrence goes through the corner.
Well, 95's coming in this time.
95 is coming in this time, so that's going to give the lead to Brandon White. I do believe Brandon has pit already. Yes, he has. So that is going to be your actual leader here. And Dakota Camper is about 3 seconds behind him. So Brandon had a great pit stop.
I wonder if Brandon maybe only took 2 tires.
Actually, no, he had a 15.5 second stop. He just came in a whole lot earlier than everybody. He came in on lap 27. So he's been out there. Turning some faster laps than these guys for quite a while.
What is the fall off?
Well, it looks like I'm gonna say about 2-3 seconds. Yeah, so it's quite a bit.
Oh, we got who is that? TJ Floyd coming out at 2 on the back stretch. I don't see a yellow.
Yellow is out. So you can see exactly what happened to PJ Floyd here. So we're going to take a look at our wreckage rewind. It looks like he may have made a little contact with another car here. Let's see if we can get a good view here. And
is that Dustin Dean up on the wall?
see Dustin Dean on the high side. The 55, Kyle Mays just pushes up the track into the side of the 49. Man, TJ does a great job trying to save it, but just isn't able to, and slides down. Got it locked down, trying to save it, and just, when he turns back on track here, it's going to bring out the yellow. He was trying to do whatever he could not to, but he's a playoff driver. He's got to get going. He's got to save those points.
Well, he did keep it out of the inside wall.
He did. He did a good job of holding on to that.
And if you're one of those 4 cars, 5 cars that just came in, 2 laps before that, are you kicking yourself?
You know, I don't think so. I mean, Michael Provolt did what he could. He was holding on. He saw the fall off. He's like, it's not going to work for me, so I got to come in. So that's a good call for him. Get in there. Get that pit stop made. Make sure, you don't get yourself out snoozing or have a problem.
At least it didn't come out while he was in the pits.
That's true. That would have been the worst for him. As Cyree Reed says, go Mac. So rooting everybody on tonight. Haven't heard much from the bot squad yet tonight, though. We saw Abby Ann Dixon, Nick Mather. Let's see, Cassie Willems, Corley Mathers. Thought there's a couple more of you bot squad out there rooting on Colin.
I'm watching the chat right now. Now that you said something, I'm waiting for him to all pop up.
So whether you're watching here on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch, or if you're watching at home on Fire Stick or Roku TV. Yes, I said on the TV. In case you didn't know, we also have partnered up with eRacing TV. That is eSpace Racing TV on Roku and Fire Stick. And all the races are broadcast. Their iOS races are Regional Rebels League on Sunday nights are all broadcast here on eRacing TV as well. So go ahead and check that out if you haven't. It's free to download. And just another way, if you don't like watching either on your computer or on your phone, watch it on the TV if you've got a Roku or Fire Stick. Pretty much everybody does now.
I still use the Chromecast for them.
There you go.
That tells you how old my TVs are.
Nothing wrong with that. As Terry Reed says, is that B. White leading? Yes, it is.
So there's no reason for you not to be able to watch.
Nick Mathers says hashtag Bot Squad, we out here. I love it.
I see a merchandising opportunity there.
Nudie, get on the t-shirt. I know you're going to be watching this back, or you might even be listening now. We're going to have to add a thing before you can chat on the chat here. You have to click the box that says, "Are you a robot?" Then we'd have nobody talking to us.
Yeah, what are those things called? You got to type in the little cursive
CAPTCHA.
number.
CAPTCHA.
That's it.
Which a lot of people don't know, CAPTCHA actually stands for something. It means completely automated public Turing test.
Okay, now you're going to have to look up Turing and give me the definition, country of origin.
The Turing test is a test that proves that a machine is, whether or not a machine is human or a machine. As we're coming to green flag, the pace car pulls back on the pit road. Brandon White with a great jump here as the green lights come on. And he gets a fantastic jump on Dakota Camper and Blake Hensley. Blake up into the third position. We've seen him have a lot of speed so far today. As he's to the inside of Dakota Camper, and he's turned on the jets here. He's going to slide up the track. Dakota Camper and set his sights on Brandon White. But Camper does the crossover, gets back underneath Hensley here. Also, Colin Willems sitting back there in the fourth spot, and Brian Nudie into the fifth spot. Brandon's making those older tires work. He's got about, I want to say about 6 or 7 laps more on his tires than everybody else, but he's able to stay out there. And that just shows the difference that clean air can make. Oh, Eddie Morris down on the pit lane. As now Dakota Camper trying to take the high side. Colin Williams trying to take the low side. They're 3 wide for the lead as we come down the backstretch. Colin's going to have to tuck in behind Brandon White here. Brian Nudie to the inside of Blake Hensley. And all this while Colin Williams takes to the inside of Dakota Camper. What a battle we have here. All over the track.
Brian Nudie and Dustin Dean lurking.
Yeah, they're 3 wide back here. As Brian Nudie all the way down to the bottom.
Logan Hagerman in the mix. Here comes Joe Wright.
Oh, where'd Joe come from? He's up into the 9th position. And you see a little bump draft in between Blake Hensley and the 52 of Cody Moore. Cody Camper, though, has moved into the lead, and here comes Colin Willems and Blake Hensley right behind him. It's Brian Nudie now to the inside of the 31 of Blake Hensley. I think Blake's hungry. He wants to win this race. He wants to move himself into the playoffs, into the next round. He doesn't want to have to worry about if he's going to make it in or not on points. You see Eddie Morris down the bottom side. Eddie Morris getting lapped here. Just had to make an unscheduled pit stop. A little further back. Brandon White is just unfortunately falling back now. I think it has to do with those tires. Just a big difference on the stick length here. As we take a look here, yeah, he did. Where is he here? Well, he's falling outside the top 10 now.
Well, it doesn't look like it's not much of a delta. 2-3 laps.
Yeah. Trying to find here. There it is. Yeah, he's got 15 laps on his tires where everybody else has about 10 to 12. So those extra 3 laps are making a difference out there, as you see. Dakota Camper is still out there in the lead here. That's a wonderful thing about Auto Club Speedway. One thing I love is you see so many different unique lines. Yeah, down the straightaway, you see everybody going right up against the wall, but as they come into the corner, you see them all fan out in all sorts of different directions.
Certainly a multi-groove racetrack.
Let's see, Taylor Alexander and Abby Trudeau both say go Buccino. There you go. You see those unique lines that everybody's running. Everybody's got a little different line through the corner and off the corner here. Dakota Camper still out in the lead, and Cody Moore now underneath Brian Nudie. Cody's trying to sneak up here as he's trying to get around Brian Nudie for the 4th position. We throw a blanket over the top 8 cars right here. Oh! Blake got a little loose off the corner there. Almost came down into the 52 of Cody Moore. Cody had to back out of it. Now he's going to lose a couple positions, and looks like he's going to lose a position to Hagerman, as Hagerman and Will Witter side by side. They were just 3 wide for a moment as they come down the front stretch here. You know who's got a front row view of all of this? It's Joe Wright.
Yeah, I was just looking up to see who the teams are, and you've got Brett Merle, Joe Wright, Logan Hagerman, Eddie Morris. They're all teammates, and they're all right there together.
Eddie Morris is a lap down right now. He's on newer tires, and you can see just the difference on newer tires are going to make as he goes around Joe here.
Is he in the lucky dog? He is not.
There's Blake Hensley now trying to get to the bottom side of Colin Williams. They're side by side here. Oh, Hagerman with a big wiggle right in front of Cody Moore. Cody's going to dive up to the high side here. Hagerman likes that bottom. A lot of these guys are trying to run the high side or the middle, but Hagerman really being a bottom feeder right there on the bottom side. As you see Will Witt taking a 3 wide down the front stretch.
You know, it looks like the bottom is quicker, but I got to believe it's burning tires quicker, too.
Well, not just is it quicker and burning tires a little bit more, but because you're down there and you're not able to run all the way up to the wall, you're pinching your car down. You're really burning those tires up, but you're bounding the car up on the bottom side too. You can't let the car wind up as much as you can on the high side. See a couple cars blinking there, having a little connection issue. Ooh. I think Hagerman gave Nudie a little bit of a bump there. Because they're 3 wide. Hagerman's going to take the position away from Nudie. I'm sure Grandma Hagerman loves to see that as Logan is making his way up to the front here, up 8 spots. But our biggest mover right now is your second place driver, Blake Hensley. And Blake is up 18 spots since the beginning of the race now. Sitting in the second position is Dakota Camper is slowly starting to pull away. But not by much. Oh, Blake has a little bit of an issue there.
His laps are ticking off. I didn't even realize we're up past 50 already.
Yes, we are.
Past halfway.
6 laps past halfway here as we see Eddie Morris on those fresh tires be able to just kind of drive on by these old tires on the older tires. And
maybe he'll get one of his laps back the hard way.
looks like he's trying to, that's for sure. But Cody Moore is just, Dakota Camper is just pulling away as his lead is now increased to just over a second. And you were asking about fall off before, Matt. Dakota Camper's best lap was a 40.90, and last time by, he ran a 42.43.
It's 2.5 seconds already with 20 laps.
Yep. Colin Willems ran a 40.88 as his fastest, and he ran a 43.43 last time by. So, yeah, it's 2.5 seconds a lap right now, and we're just, what, about 25 laps into the run? Let's take a look at our pit strategy here. See, yeah, these guys are just 20 laps in a run, and they're already almost 2 seconds off, so I'm sure these guys are going to try to, these guys might come in a pit again. I mean, you've seen what tires can do. Pretty
well, I
sure
think they have to, don't they?
I think they can make it to the end on fuel. No, they are going to have to come in,
No.
right?
If it's only 40 laps and they came in at 30.
Yep, my math is wrong. Math has never been my strong point.
I got a feeling this was going to be a 3-stop race when they started coming in at 26, 27 laps. That the math just didn't work out for fuel.
Yeah, so we should start seeing some pit stops within the next 5 laps or so. As Dakota Camper's lead is just growing. He's got a second and a quarter. 1.2 seconds off the rest of the field. A little bit of a battle back here between Stephen Black, Joe Wright, and Brett Merle. And Derek Chaput in the mix as well. That's Colin Willems falling all the way back to the 11th spot back here. You see Chaput and Brett Merle and Stephen Black all battling back here. This is for 8th, 9th, and 10th. Another little battle back here. We got Cody Moore and Will Witt side by side. Just say, I thought Dakota Camper had some company, but that's Eddie Morris right behind him.
Now, what's the stint difference between the two of them?
Dakota last pit on lap 32. Eddie Morris last pit on lap 39.
So only 7 laps. So Eddie, in my opinion, Eddie's got a 7-lap window after Dakota pits. To hope a yellow comes out, he can get 2 laps back.
I'm going to say Eddie's got about 5 lap brand newer tires, because you got to figure there was some. Oh no, they didn't go. They didn't go under in yellow. So there's a couple yellow flag laps in there as well. I see Eddie jumping down to the bottom here. Get around Dakota Camper. A little further back though. Logan Hagerman still working that low side, trying to get around Blake Hensley here. So the two men holding fish. I think Logan's fish is just a little bit bigger than Blake's fish here. Brian Nudie. Nudie's usually pretty great at saving tires, but doesn't look like his tire saving strategy is really working out for him. But having a solid day, sitting in fourth spot right now, it's gonna pretty much ensure him a move on to the next round. As after this race, we cut down from 12 to 8. And that 8th and 9th spots are tied with 3,033 points apiece. That's Cody Moore and TJ Floyd. Cody, just due to, they each have one win each, but just due to better finishing position, Cody is currently ahead of TJ. And right now, Cody is currently ahead of TJ on track too. So TJ not having the best of runs, sitting back in the 17th position right now. Don't look now. Even though Blake Hensley and Logan Hagerman are battling each other real hard right here, they are actually cutting into Dakota Camper's lead. Dakota Camper's lead was 1.2 seconds just a few laps ago. Now it's almost a half a second. As Blake Hensley is running about a tenth a lap faster. So there you go. That fall off is really starting to affect these guys. And have you heard anything on the radio yet there?
Nothing. Not yet.
Here comes Hagerman trying to work that bottom side again, but I think that top side is just a little bit better right now due to being able to keep the car wound up. A little battle here between Joe Wright and Derek Chaput. It's for 8th and 9th, and it's going to go to Chaput here, I think, as he comes down the backstretch. Now Joe's got the run on that high side. Again, Derek not one of the playoff drivers. Joe is, so Joe's trying to keep every point he can to move on to the next round. He was just 1 point behind the cutoff line. So all he's really got to do is make sure that he beats TJ Floyd, Will Witt, Blake Hensley, and Cody Moore.
Is that all?
Yeah. Blake's starting to run down that 3 car. Stephen Black back here getting a little bit of a run on Will Witt. Starting to reel him in just a little bit as I see a couple cars on pit road. We got Michael White and Max McClure on pit road. And who else is in pit road here? Stephen Black to pit road. Dakota Camper, our leader. Dakota Camper, our leader on pit road. Colin Willems also on pit road. See cars roll on the pit lane here. See if Steven has a much better entry into his pit stall here. She does. Doesn't look like he had to roll back at all. See who's going to get off pit lane first here. Dakota Camper is rolling. Stephen Black is rolling. Kyle Willems down and away. Cody Moore on the pit road. Michael Lawrence coming on. Oh, somebody threw the grass there. Michael Lawrence on the pit road. Do we know who that was that just took that wild ride? It was Max McClure. Let's take a look real quick, see what happened to Max. I think Max was just trying to... No, Max just got loose all by himself. He caught the wall and was able to save it without hitting that inside wall. So good job for him. As Cody Moore is now leaving pit road. Blake Hensley, Logan Hagerman, Brian Newty, Will Witt. Your top four right now. As we'll see Stephen Black here and Dakota Camper. See the difference that new tires make on these cars.
Yeah, second wave of pit stops about to start.
Oh, 3 wide. Oh, big wiggle. Dakota Camper and Stephen Black. Stephen Black is going to get around Dakota Camper, and when everything cycles around, that's going to put Stephen Black in the lead. What a great job Stephen did. Getting on and off of pit road as good as he did. See Brian Newty, Will Witt, Dustin Dean, Brett Merle, and Joseph Wright all on pit road right now. Logan Hagerman staying out just a little bit longer. Derek Chaput and Dylan Redding, Kyle Mays, Devin Buccino, TJ Floyd, Craig Schroeder, Michael Provolt, Todd Mays, Brian Merle Jr. These guys all staying out so far. As they come off of turn number 4, is Hagerman gonna, through turns 2 here. Imagine Hagerman's probably gonna come in this time. What are you hearing?
Crickets.
Crickets. Hensley on pit road.
That's why they call him Blink.
Take a look here. Does Hagerman peel off? No, he stays on track. Derek Chaput stays on track. Dill Redding on track. Looks like everybody stays out here. As you see a little mixture of strategies here. I imagine these guys, Logan Hagerman, these guys are just going to try to stretch it out.
I just heard Logan's coming in.
Logan's coming in this time. Hensley's still on pit road. Not really sure what happened to him. But here comes Hagerman on the pit road. Derek Chaput and Dylan Redding right behind him. Blake is now down away, a very lengthy pit stop. As he was on pit road for a minute and a half. I don't know if he has some damage or what happened there. Kyle Mays now is your leader. Coming down the backstretch. With Devin Buccino right behind him. In second, I imagine these guys are going to probably be coming in relatively soon. Yep, here comes Kyle Mays on the pit road. Devin Buccino is going to take over the lead.
And I believe I heard Todd Mays say he's coming too.
Yep, see Todd Mays peeling off on the pit road here. So that's going to put Buccino out into the lead. TJ Floyd out in second, and these two, I know TJ's looking for the caution right now. He would love to see that. There you go. Here comes those fresh tires again. You can see just how fast that 31 is as he comes right around the 68 here. Almost no contest.
So fast he disappears sometimes.
Craig Schroeder on the pit lane in the 4 machine. Stephen Black and Dakota Camper going at it right here. This is the battle for the lead once everything cycles through. As we have, next time by, we'll have 20 laps to go. And right behind him, Cody Moore. Cody Moore, one of the bubble drivers, trying to race his way in here. I'm sure he's just thinking about points, and as much as he wants to get the win, as Buccino, TJ Floyd, Michael Provo, and Brian Merle Jr. hit pit road, that's going to give the lead here back to Stephen Black. And Camper working that back bumper, trying to do everything he can to make Stephen Black wear out those tires. Now, Matt, I don't want to bring it up.
I didn't say it.
But I'm going to bring it up. Stephen Black's in the lead, has not won a race this season, has dominated a bunch of races this year without winning.
Yeah, but this isn't, I don't see this race being the same. He's not, a half, 3/4 of a lap ahead. He hasn't led every single lap.
I'm sure in his mind right now he's thinking, when is the yellow going to come out? When's it going to happen? When's my race going to get ruined?
In about 15 laps. He's got to pull out and get a substantial lead, maybe 2-3 second lead first. But he did win the crown for most laps led. Is that right?
Yeah, that's true. He's in the lead lap, or the lap leader of the league for sure. Colin Williams, fan favorite, sitting back in 7th right now. And Colin needs to have a good finish here to ensure his berth in the next round. Eddie Morris back on pit road.
Yeah, Eddie didn't cycle through. I think he was saving as long as he possibly could, hoping to get a yellow and then have the freshest tires towards the end. But
as we come 17 laps to go, Logan Hagerman right now is flying. Just got around Colin Willems for the 7th position, and now he's setting his sights on his teammate and team owner Joe Wright. Hagerman, another one trying to move on to the next round on the bubble. Was sitting 6th in points coming in. Sitting 7th on track right now. He's got quite a few point getters behind him. Dustin Dean sitting back in 9th. Kyle Mays sitting back in 11th. TJ Floyd back in 17th. So he's got a little bit of breathing room right now, as we're coming to 15 laps to go here. You know who doesn't have much breathing room right now is Stephen Black, as Dakota Camper starting to put a little bit of pressure. And here comes Cody Moore and Brian Newty battling for that 3rd and 4th position right behind them.
And that's what I mean. Stephen Black is not able to drive away. Dakota is right there on his tail.
You see all 4 of these cars taking totally different lines through the corner. So look how much those cars bounce around at. It really shows the age of the surface and what these guys have to deal with, because when you're in the car, even though it's a simulation, you've got force feedback. Your wheel's jerking all over the place, and it's not easy to hold on to sometimes.
No, it's not. Just looking at it, it looks like it'd be, pretty simple until you actually try it.
If we ran along here with Stephen Black, we'll take a look at his wheel, his hands as he comes down the backstretch here. Pretty
Watch when
smooth.
he goes through the corners.
Ryan Moody up into the third position, got around Cody Moore. So Cody might have had some issues, but Brian Nudie now all over the back bumper of Dakota Camper. Nudie's going to look to the inside, try to take away that second position. And Brian Nudie looking forward to the next round, as we're going to have the Roval coming up in 2 weeks. A track that Nudie just absolutely dominated last season, as we saw a big wiggle out of the 3 of Dakota Camper coming off of turn number 4 there. And I think these guys are starting to wear those tires out. Those right rear tire just does not look very happy right now. As I'm sure the track temperature is increasing as the run goes on. We have just 12 laps to go here. Nudie looking back to the inside Dakota Camper. Can he make it stick here? Is Camper going to get the run off? Looks like Camper's going to get a great run off. Nudie's not going to be able to get there. Come across the line, just 11 laps to go. A little update on Logan Hagerman. Logan Hagerman has moved up into the 5th spot, as he's worked around Will Witt and Joe Wright. And he's doing everything he can to ensure his berth in the next round. Having a great run. And our top 10 drivers right now are all playoff drivers. So that just shows how the cream has risen to the top tonight.
Josh, I'm on the edge of my seat waiting for something to happen. When is it going to happen?
I was going to say, I'm sure Stephen Black is doing the same thing. The only 2 drivers outside the top 10 right now is TJ Floyd in 16th and Blake Hensley back in 26th. And again, I'm not sure what happened to Blake. But he had such a bad pit stop. And it
Oh, here comes a move.
Go to Camper to the inside. We go side by side down the backstretch here. Brian Nudie's got a front row seat for this. Stephen Black with that high side gets a little better run down the backstretch. But Camper is going to take that, hounded into the corner there. Really throws in. He's going to slide up and take the lead. Can Steve? Oh, he catches the corner.
The wall.
Stephen Black contact as well. Stephen Black's hood is all crinkled up. Oh no.
And here comes Nudie.
And Cody Moore.
And Cody, yeah.
A little contact there between the 98 and the 3, and you can see the damage to the front end of that 98. And man, we always say what's going to happen to him. Well, now we know.
Well, you do a rear chase look on that, and he is really banged up on the front of that 98.
And he just is not very happy with that 3 right now. Look at the damage on that 98. Still able to keep some speed though. Just 7 laps to go. Right now, the only thing he can hope for is if the yellow is to come out real quick so he can come in and get that thing fixed up. Fortunately, I don't think it's going to knock him out of the playoffs as he was sitting 3rd in points. The only thing I'm worried about right now is temperatures. When you punch the nose like that, sometimes you can damage the radiator, cause that car to overheat. So we'll have to watch and make sure that he can make it all the way to the end. But Brian Newty is starting to pull away now. He's got about a half-second lead on Cody Moore with 6 laps to go. Matt, you're just on the edge of your seat, wondering what was going to happen.
Steven's not going away, though.
Now, as you see Newty driving all the way down to the bottom, coming back to the top. He's trying to break that draft of those cars behind him. Stephen Black down to the bottom now. Contact! He turns the 3. Dakota Camper to the inside wall. No caution. I don't want to say that looked intentional. It looked like he just slid up the track a little bit. That was hard racing, but...
Well, I think I might have heard something on the radio that...
Up front, though, Brian Newty and Cody Moore. Newty's got about a half a second lead off Cody Moore here. As they come across the line, we're going to have just 4 laps to go here. Can Newty hang on, or is something going to happen here? Man, a tough night for Stephen Black yet again. Newty drives all the way to the bottom, doing everything he can to try to break that draft, as Cody Moore is now starting to gain on him.
Now, when he does that, if you're Cody, do you follow him?
You know, part of you wants to, and part of you says no. As they come across the line, 3 laps to go. Can Newty hang on for his first win of the season and ensure himself punching that ticket to the next round? Or does Cody Moore have anything for him? Again, Cody Moore right on the bubble. Him and TJ Floyd tied for 8th and 9th right now. Looks like Cody, no matter what, is going to advance to the next round. He should have enough points to get through. As we come across the line this time, popsicle sticks will be in the air. 2 laps to go. Does Cody have anything does Cody have anything for Newty here? That's the question. Take a look back here. Stephen Black side by side with Logan Hagerman. Hagerman's going to take that 3rd spot away. You see Eddie Morris coming as well. Eddie is still a lap down, so that is not for position back there. But Will Witt in that 35 machine, he is. Oh, Eddie Morris catches the wall, almost goes down into the side of Stephen Black.
Oh, that would top it off, wouldn't it?
It would have, as here Newty trying to work to the inside of Brett Merle. The white flag is in the air. Just 4 more corners, 2 miles. And I think Cody Moore has just burnt his tires off because he is falling back right now. And we talked about at the beginning of the race, Brian Newty able to save his tires, and you're seeing them really pay off for him here as they come through turns 3 and 4. All Newty's got to do is just keep it clean. Comes off of turn 4, your winner Here at Auto Club, Brian Nudie, Cody Moore in second, Logan Hagerman in third, Stephen Black brings it home in fourth, Will Witt will round out your top five. Dustin Dean, Joseph Wright, Dylan Redding, Kyle Mays, Derek Chaput is going to be your top 10, but tonight it's all Brian Nudie's night, getting his first win of the season and guaranteeing a spot in the round of 8. I know I'm going to bring this up to him in the interview, but I know that's all he wanted to do is just move on to the round of 8 because he's got that Roval coming up, which we know he loves. And that's almost a guarantee win for him in his mind.
Well, at least the top 5 anyway.
As we see Brian Nudie getting ready to burn it down here on the front stretch. Oh, going to get in line so he can take his pictures here. Here comes second and third here. Here comes Brian Nudie burning it down and almost tail slapping the 52 of Cody Moore. That's one happy man right there. The Mean King himself. So as Brian Nudie celebrates here, let's take a look at our final results. Brian Nudie, Cody Moore, Logan Hagerman, Stephen Black, Will Witt, Dustin Dean, Joe Wright, Dylan Redding, Kyle Mays, and Derek Chaput your top 10. Colin Willems outside the top 10 in 11th. Dakota Camper, Michael White, Craig Schroeder, Michael Provolt, TJ Floyd, Todd Mage, Devin DiPuccino, Max McClure, Michael Lawrence round out your top 20. And remember your playoff drivers here. 2 of them outside the top 10. You had TJ Floyd in 16th. I'm sorry, outside the top 15. TJ Floyd in 16th. And Blake Hensley all the way back in 26th position, 2 laps down.
Yeah, I saw Blake got throughput fell to an unacceptable level.
Oh, okay. That's probably what happened there. But let's talk with our third place finisher here, Logan Hagerman. Logan, you got Matt and Josh in the booth. You got us?
Got you guys.
Man, what a run for you tonight. You started towards the back, kind of fell off. Then you just had this wild drive through the field and drove all the way up the third. What was it that you were able to keep the speed on the long run that some of the other people didn't have?
I was just taking it easy from the very start of the run. It's not usually how I run, usually pretty aggressive on the start, but I was just taking it easy today, and on the long runs I was really fast, so that was good. I think I would have finished even better if I would have pitted earlier in that last pit stop. That really cost me.
So Logan, I want to know about the fish that's in the photo.
Yes, that is a muskie.
And the length?
42 inches.
We've been having a little ongoing thing here between who's the other one?
You and
Josh.
Blake both have fish in your picture, although he's only got a big mouth bass, so you got him beat by quite a bit there.
Probably a foot or 2.
Yeah, well, bigger's better, so I guess I win.
Anybody you'd like to thank tonight, Logan, for your third place finish here?
Yeah, I got to thank Team Intensity. Thank you guys in the booth. I got to give a shout out to Grandma Hagerman for watching. And it was a really good race, guys. That was probably the cleanest race I've ran with the iOS guys so far.
Yeah, it was a phenomenal race to watch, and I think that's pretty much going to guarantee you a spot in the round of 8 here, so congratulations on that. And I'm sure we'll be talking with you real soon.
All right, thanks, guys.
And our second place finish here, Cody Moore. Cody, Josh, and Matt in the booth. You got us?
I got you guys.
Man, I know you had a front row seat for that whole insaneness at the end. I know me and Matt were talking for the last 20 laps. Unfortunately, what's going to happen to Steven there, but worked out in your favor, able to come home in second. What did you see coming to I think that was back about 10 laps to go.
Well, yeah, I think I was running fourth or something, and yeah, it looked like you could kind of see it coming that Dakota got real tight, and I got over the radio with Steven, telling him that he's going to hit the wall there, and I guess they got collected or whatever, and then there was an opportunity to go 4 wide, and I didn't take it, and I don't know, maybe I should have taken it, but either way, it worked out in the end. I think I'm in on the playoffs.
Yeah, we think you are too. It's really, really great run for you to come up to second. Right at the end there, it looked like you just didn't have enough to catch up to Nudie.
Yeah, it was really frustrating in the first run too. I built that big lead, and I think I just had a little too much adrenaline going, and I got the car so tight. And in practice, I had never had tire wear on the right front that bad, and it was terrible. So I think I just went too hard in the beginning there, and at the end, it's just so hard to pass, and I just did everything for Brian. It was a heck of a win.
Before we ask you about anybody you're thanking, I know the track temperature was pretty hot and slick. Was the track real slick out there? Was it a lot of fun, or?
Yeah, it was fun. It's really weird. It's kind of, if you run one around the top and then you run one on the bottom and then go back to the top, you can almost make better time if you just choose one and stick with it. So it's real hard once you kind of get a run, because you think you're going to continue it and then it'll just break your momentum. But yeah, it was really, really slick out there, and if you were on the bottom and really tight on the top.
Awesome. Well, the meme lord himself, anybody you'd like to thank tonight?
Yeah, I mean, who do I not have to thank, right? I mean, you, the broadcasters, my parents, Logerman, Brian Nutty for winning, Dustin Dean sucks, Eddie Morris, he's my dude, Stephen Black, of course, Cyclone Racing, Dean and Max for putting all this on. It's a good place, and I had a lot of fun.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations on the second place finish tonight. And again, I think you're moving on to the next round. We'll have to wait for the official points on that. But if you do, good luck in the round of 8.
Thanks, guys.
And finally, the man of the hour, Brian Nudie. You got Josh and Matt in the booth. You got us?
I got you, baby. Woo!
Man, you must be excited. Moving on to the round of 8, which has your favorite track in it coming up. The Roval.
Sure does. Sure does. I love that Roval.
I mean, was that kind of your goal coming in here tonight? Was just make sure you're in that round of 8, because it's almost a guarantee that you'll be moving on?
I mean, not almost a guarantee, but I saw that and I was just like, man, I think out of anybody in this league, I might have just such a good shot to make it to that Final Four, just a little bit more than everybody else, just because of that Roval. That is the only reason, though. But everybody else is great in here, and that was a blast. When I came out of the pits, I think it was like 4.3 seconds back from those guys, and just that those couple laps just really slowed them kind of up just enough to where I could catch them. And then our tires kind of plateaued off, and I was content finishing, I think in 4th spot. And then Cody kind of threw a little bit of a block, so it kind of screwed up his momentum. I was able to get by him. And then it was just the 3 of us kind of running away with it. And then Dakota, I was fine with finishing 3rd. I was fine talking to you guys, just in 3rd place, being the first guy. And then Dakota threw that big slider. It didn't stick. Stephen Black ran in the back of him, and man, that was awesome.
I was going to ask you about what happened there with Dakota and Steven, but you kind of already stole my thunder a little bit.
Yeah, you just threw a little bit of a slide job. It didn't stick coming off of 4. If it would have, he probably would have wound up winning the race. It was so hard to pass here. And I knew if I could keep Cody, I also got to give a shout out to Cody. He could have took us 4 wide and ruined everybody's day, but he didn't. So shout out to him. And then Grandma would have been happy because Logan would have won. And then yeah.
So when you saw Dakota bounce off the wall there, was that a little bit of a pucker moment?
It was a very big pucker moment. Actually, I kind of saw momentarily that he wasn't going to make it just before then. So I tried to turn down low. But when they both kind of ran into each other, they both kind of rocketed to the left a little bit. So then I tried to go right, realized that wasn't going to work, slammed on the brakes, ran in the back of Black a little bit. I don't think I had too bad of damage. And then I saw Cody coming and I was like, uh-oh, here we go. And I knew if I could get him in, if I could keep him behind me off of 2, and the damage wasn't too bad, I just had a feeling I was going to win this thing.
Awesome, man. Well, you actually, so I don't know if you had a chance to look at the chat, but we did have someone cheering you on tonight. Asiri Reed.
Oh yeah, Siri Reed. He used to race in this league with us.
He was looking for Gil, didn't see Gil, so he said you were his second best. So, but anybody else you'd like to thank tonight?
As always, I got to thank my beautiful wife for letting me do this with you guys. I got to thank everybody that runs iOS. Got to thank Max. Got to thank Dylan. Got to thank Dustin, Dean Qualley. And then also got to thank Intensity Broadcasting, you guys, Josh, Matt, you guys do an awesome job. And as always, oh, hold on. Actually, I got to thank one more. The Bot Squad. I know you guys were secretly cheering for me. You may not have said it, but you guys were. But as always, I got to thank Gil's Dump Truck Service and Pizzeria, the fastest dump trucks in the Northwest. I haven't been able to say this in a while, so bear with me. And also, Josh, your pizza should be there tomorrow.
Awesome. I'm excited for that. So congratulations again. Moving on to the round of 8, where, with the Roval, though, you do have a little bit of competition in Cody Moore. We saw him at Watkins Glen giving you a run for your money. Are you a little worried about that, or you think...
Yeah, I mean, I'm obviously not saying I'm going to, win the race. I just have a feeling that I'm going to get at least a top really good point stay there. You know what I mean? Like a top 3 I would be happy with. That might be able to get me in there.
Awesome, man. Well,
with a good run next week.
Absolutely. Yeah, next week we move on to, I believe, Richmond, isn't it?
No, Texas.
Texas, I'm sorry.
Yep, that's one of my favorite tracks.
Awesome. So another fast, wide, kind of put the car where you need it to go track. So it'll be exciting for you. Like you said, one of your favorite tracks. So we're looking forward to seeing maybe sweeping the next round.
Yeah, it'd be nice. Hopefully I'm talking to you tomorrow night too.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations again. We'll talk to you hopefully tomorrow night.
Yep. Thank you. Have a good one.
Well, Matt, I mean, probably one of the cleanest races I've seen in a while here on iOS. And, man, kind of a little bit of everything. The excitement, you were on the edge of your seat trying to see what was going to happen to Stephen Black. Unfortunately, he got caught up in that mess at the end. But congratulations to Brian Nudie again for the win.
Absolutely. He did a real nice job, and he put himself. That's all you can do as a driver. Put yourself in position. There's always some luck involved, but you've got to be in that position at the end.
Absolutely. So that's going to do it for us here on Intensity Broadcasting. Join us tomorrow night as the iOS Truck Series takes on Auto Club Speedway here. That's also going to be a playoff race, the cutoff race for the round of 12 in the Truck Series. So that'll be exciting. And don't forget to join us every Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday here on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and eRacing TV. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe if you haven't already. Follow us on Twitter as well at Intensity Broad 1. And for Matt, myself, and everybody here at Intensity Broadcasting, as Lee Atman Weiss would say, over